Democrats are not going to bend and we're not going to break because we are standing up for the American people. House Republicans, on the other hand, remain on vacation. They've now canceled votes for 3 consecutive weeks. And Donald Trump is missing in action. He spent more time on the golf course during the 16 days of this government shutdown than he has talking to Democrats to try to reopen the government. Earlier today, I had a very positive meeting with Leader Chuck Schumer. House and Senate Democrats remain locked in and unified on behalf of the American people. We want to sit down in a bipartisan way and find a path forward to reopen the government, enact a spending agreement that meets the needs of the American people, and decisively address the Republican health care crisis. The partisan Republican spending bill that guts the health care of the American people has now been voted down 10 different times. Why does Leader Thune and Senate Republicans continue to try to do the same thing and expect different results? Democrats are not going to bend and we're not going to break because we are standing up for the American people. And I'm very thankful for the courageous and principled position that Leader Schumer and Senate Democrats continue to take on behalf of the American people. House Republicans, on the other hand, remain on vacation. They've now canceled votes for 3 consecutive weeks. And Donald Trump is missing in action. He spent more time on the golf course during the 16 days of this government shutdown than he has talking to Democrats to try to reopen the government. You know, our hardworking federal employees are being asked to work without pay or have been furloughed. And the Republicans apparently could care less at the damage being done to the American people and the damage being done to civil servants who all they want to do is serve the American people. We need to sit down and have bipartisan conversations now. House Republicans should come back to Washington now. Donald Trump needs to re-engage now so we can reopen the government, enact a spending bill that actually meets the needs of the American people, and decisively address, once and for all, the Republican health care crisis that is devastating the American people.
November 1 is also a date where many of these same people that are concerned about health care are going to start seeing their emergency food assistance not arriving. It's also going to be a date where they're not going to see perhaps home heating support. How do you balance those needs with the needs you're fighting for right now in health care?
These are all issues, whether that's emergency food assistance, home heating, certainly access to high quality, affordable health care that Democrats have fought for, are fighting for, and will continue to fight for on behalf of the American people. And the American people know it. In this Congress, Republicans passed their one big ugly bill that hurt everyday Americans in order to reward their billionaire donors. In this Congress, that one big ugly bill included the largest cut to Medicaid in American history, and at the same time ripped away food from hungry children, women, seniors, and veterans by also visiting upon the American people the largest cut to nutritional assistance in American history. So all of these crisis events stem from Republican policies that are colliding at the same time, which is why Republicans are hiding, refuse to come back to Capitol Hill, and not a single one, as far as I can tell, has had a meaningful town hall meeting during the 3 weeks that they've been away from Washington, because they know they have a lot to answer for and they cannot justify their position.
So come November, you're going to have to make a choice
The choice that needs to be made right now is that Republicans need to come to the negotiating table so we can work out a bipartisan agreement to reopen the government.
Thank you, Mr. Leader. 2 questions. First, it's been reported that you're going to be participating in the protest this weekend, the No Kings rally. So
Reported by who?
Multiple reports. Unfortunately, I do not have them in front of me right now, but I'm seeking confirmation from you on that. And also, response to House Republicans, they've had a lot of rhetoric surrounding this protest, and you just said that you can't think of a meaningful town hall that a single member has had. They're really talking about all the work that they are doing in their districts with their constituents. So what's your reaction to them saying that they are working hard, saying they're not, they're saying theatrics and you're going to these, quote, Hate America rallies?
Well, I haven't confirmed my schedule for this weekend because it remains my hope that Republicans will actually come to their senses and decide that they need to get back into town and reopen the government with some degree of urgency on behalf of the American people. The notion that the No Kings rallies is anything other than a patriotic act consistent with the First Amendment right to express yourselves and petition the government for a change in policy continues to reveal that Republicans are clueless as it relates to the Constitution of the United States of America, or they continue to lie for political reasons. Right? There's nothing more patriotic in America than expressing yourself, particularly when it comes to expressing yourself in a peaceful manner related to disagreements that you have with government. Because this is an American experiment in democracy that's anchored in representative government of the people, by the people, and for the people. Over the last 5-6 weeks, we've heard all manner of toxic and malignant rhetoric from Republicans as opposed to actually addressing the problems that they've created, like the largest cut to Medicaid in American history, like the fact that Republicans are going to trigger a $536 billion cut to Medicare because of their one big ugly bill if Congress doesn't act by the end of this year, like the fact that Republican policies are leading to hospitals, nursing homes, and community-based health centers closing all across the country. And now they refuse to extend the Affordable Care Act tax credits, putting in jeopardy the quality of life of tens of millions of Americans who are going to face dramatically increased health care premiums and be unable to see a doctor when they need one. Instead of addressing the Republican health care crisis, devastating their own constituents and people across America, they continue to lie and spin and deceive.
Mr. Jeffries,
thanks.
Speaking of toxic rhetoric, there's this controversy in Virginia where Jay Jones, the Democrat running for Attorney General, was found to have sent some explosive, some violent texts musing about the death of a Republican lawmaker. You have broadly and repeatedly condemned political violence of all stripes. But given the revelations about those texts, do you think that he should remain in the race?
The Attorney General candidate has appropriately apologized for his remarks, and I know his remarks have been condemned across the board by Democrats in the Commonwealth and Virginia and beyond, and that's the right thing to do.